Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap. This is our pre-market session where we determine our trade plan for the day. We take a look at the market macro to micro, the structure of the market, and then we drill down to our trade levels where we want to try to take some trades, our targets where we're looking for the market to rotate to off of those trades, and what our main hypotheses are for the day. My name is Doug McKay. I'm the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. If you're interested in checking us out, this is a subscription room. Send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com or give me a call 647-545-8065. Just got to get the legals done, read this through. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Any trades you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own plan, your own due diligence. That's about it for that. Okay, so I like to start my day with just a basic candlestick chart and two moving averages. I start with a monthly and work my way down. This is something I do every day as a routine just to get me an idea where we are within the trends of the macro to the micro. You can see that we've had this very strong upward trend. Last 2 months we closed below the 9 and the 20. This is a 9 EMA, this is 20 SMA. Those are the two moving averages that I use. But this month we're coming up and we're right now trading above the 9 and the 20. So the upward trend was challenged, and now we're trying to poke back up and get continuation. This is a decision point for us. We don't know which way it's going to go. We could very well fail and then come back down and start this downward trend. Going to the weekly has been in a downward trend, but we've come up and we've been banging on the 20 SMA from below 2 days in a row. Last night we put in a Globex high of 28. Tonight we put in a Globex high of 27.75. We have a very weak high right now, people. My main hypothesis is to break above and start testing some of the upper levels that I'm going to talk about this morning. But the downward trend itself is being challenged, but it has not been violated. We have not broken above both the 9 and the 20 on the weekly. On the daily, we do have this nice strong trend. We've got slope and separation, and the trend is up on the daily. There is a naked cross right here at 1938.50 on the daily. Mark it down. It will be re-challenged again at some point, but it is on the daily. Going into the intraday, you can see that this upward trend was challenged. It started to get slope and separation, and then a couple sessions ago we popped up and in the Globex, and we've been trending up ever since. We are losing a little bit of slope and separation, but the trend is still intact. There is a naked cross down here at 99 area. Mark that down in your journal. Going down to the 30-minute. 30-minute is more consolidation. We started to have a downward trend. We popped back up earlier, and now we're trading between the 9 and the 20. So the downward trend is being challenged right now, has not been violated. Going to the 15-minute, same thing on the 15-minute. We had this downward trend. They rotated it back up. Now we're holding the 9 and the 20. We're starting to get a possible start of a new trend. We've got separation. We don't have slope yet, but we do have a naked cross down here at 22.25. Mark that one down. It will be challenged. In fact, I imagine this one is probably going to be challenged today. And last but not least, going to the 5-minute, and we've got consolidation. We violated the trend, upward trend that we had, and we're just going sideways. This is a decision point. Got a bit of a sloppy cup and handle possibly forming on the 5-minute. We had that W pattern that played out overnight. Okay, so let's take a look at the big, let's take the news first while I've got the sheet open. First of all, Canada has got a new government as of this morning. The Liberals won majority government, and we have a new Prime Minister. Justin Trudeau, the son of Pierre Trudeau. Not really happy about that because I did not vote for him. At 8:30 this morning, we had wholesale sales in Canada. They came out worse than expected. Building permits came out just slightly under expected. Housing starts came out just above expected. We have FOMC Dudley speaking at 9. We have FOMC Powell speaking at 9:15. And then later we have Yellen speaking. So we have three Fed Fed people speaking to Fed people. Three of the Fed members speaking today. So be careful. They're whatever they say can and will reevaluate this market. They hint that they're going to be a rate raise in October, then we could get a reaction to it. So let's take a look at the big picture. And I'm going to give you a more detailed analysis of this because this is basically the article I was writing last night, is where we are within the big picture. And, you've heard me talk about this. We've broken out of this balance area that we were in that's centered around 23. We have now held value higher. We gapped up. We held value at 72.50 just before the breakout. Then we broke out and we held value in around this 93.95 area. Continued, tried to hold it higher at 2007. We couldn't. They came down. Where did they come back to? Where we found value just after the breakout. Buyers stepped back in, rotated us back up through to where we just tried to hold value. They accepted it, moved higher. In the last 2 days, we accepted value in around this 20 and a quarter area. And now we're trading 24. We've got a Globex high of 28. We have a high yesterday in the RTH of 2027.75. And now we have another high in the Globex at 2027.75. You know me, weak highs are made to be broken. I think we are going to break the fact that we are holding value so strongly. I mean, if you take a look at these two profiles, which we will in a minute, there's a perfect Gaussian distribution. In fact, let me just bring these to the front. You can see these put together. Just let me stretch out. This is a very strong Gaussian distribution. A good bell curve, if you want to call it, centered around this 2020, and we are above it. Our value area high is 24. We're likely to come up and test this 27.75, 28 area sometime today, and if we break it, then I'm looking for that move. First move up is the 31.50 with the 35.50, 50% of the significant breakout candle, and 36 CHVN right there as well. And then above us, we've got a measured move up to 41 and a quarter. Our value area low of the prior value area that we broke out of on the 20th of the significant breakout candle, the microcomposite VPOC, or most traded price in that time, in addition to the most traded price going back to beginning of 2013, 01/01/13, is 2084 and a quarter. So if we come back up and we get into the 51.25, and personally, I don't think it's the 51.25 we have to worry about. We have to worry about the year open. We are this close to the year open. In fact, we are within 2 points, or 2.5, 2 3/4 points of what our ATR upside target is, okay, right now, to go up and test that 2055. Now, will we hold at 2055? Will we get there? I don't know. But the fact that we're here in October, accepting value higher in price discovery in between two value areas in price discovery, leads me to believe that they're making a run for the year open. and they've got to get back in. Once we're inside of this value area, then we've got the most traded price going back, okay, for 2 years just above us, which was also the micro composite. So I think they're going to suck it up into 2084 and a quarter. Now, I think my own personal opinion is we're going to fail somewhere between 55 and 2084 and a quarter. And I think you're going to see responsive sellers step in, and we're going to get a bigger retracement back down through value that we just broke out of and come down and have a bigger retracement from where I think this will start the run if we're going to get a Santa Claus rally. We have never had 7 years of positive bullish years since 1887. We are threatening to do that. I think the fact that we have the mere threat will give us a run to try to get there. And then at some point in time in October and November, we fail. We have a bigger retrace, and then they rotate back up as a Santa Claus rally. And whether we have our bullish year or not, I don't know. I don't care. All I know right now is I have trading opportunities here to take the long into it. But if we fail, I have a secondary hypothesis where I can take the trade back into value that we just broke out of. So right now, our key line in the sand for shorts is going to be this 11 and a quarter, possibly even 1750. But if we get below 11 and a quarter, then I think we're going to come down and test the 1900s, and then the big line is going to be this 1999. Because if we don't hold that 1999.50 area, the CLVN there, then we're likely to come down here to the 95 and the 82 area, and I don't think it's going to hold this time. That, I think, will bring us back into this value area, and we have a lot of repair to do down here, and we could come down here and rally from here. But if we don't hold this 1891.50, then I think we've got a bigger rotation down into this distribution that's down in the low 1800s and around that 1821 area. If we can get above this new fractal high at 28, then I think we get to move up into those 35, 36, 41 and a quarter, 41.50. A little bit of resistance here at 49.75, 51. But if we break inside, a move up into 55, the gap closed at 63.50, where we last tried to hold value at 70, 75 before we fell out of this balance, and then up into the major magnet and target in at 20.84 and a quarter. If they get up here and they accept value and push, then I'm looking for a move to test the 97, the 2100 area, and any breakout above this 2097 area, I'm looking for a move into the 2100s and a test of those numbers, and possibly a test of the all-time high up at 2134. So that's what I'm looking at in the big picture. Let's take a look at what's happened overnight. I know I've got to be quick with this. I'm trying to cover a lot of ground and I'm running late. So first, let's take a look at what I was talking about. If you notice, these two profiles, come on. This profile and this profile have overlapping value. You've got the prior microcomposite down here at 1920. You have the one from yesterday at 2020. You've got your value area high within 2 points of each other. You've got your value area low within 2 points of other. You've got good Gaussian distribution on both. We're accepting value here, and we're creating a great big huge distribution curve, bell curve, that we can launch from. And we're going to either break out to the top side or going to break out to the downside. It's turnaround Tuesday. We'll have to worry about that downside. But right now, the action overnight is leading me to believe that we're going to get the move to the upside. So overnight high right now is up at 27.75, which is right at the range high from yesterday. Our overnight low is down at 19.25, just in between the value area low and the VPOC from yesterday. We've got a little bit of a LVN here at 22 and a quarter. That's almost right at the VWAP from yesterday. This is going to be a trade area for me. Below the VWAP, below the 21, I'm looking for a move down to take out the overnight low and test the range, the value area low down here at 18. 18 was a big number for us yesterday. Below 18, I'm looking for a bigger move down to, I don't need this anymore. Below 18, I really have to incorporate the 1750. So I don't want to be short until we get below that 1750, and then I'm targeting the 1150 area. But we've got a low, so at 14 and a quarter. So, and the range from the other day was at 12. I'm going to split the difference at 13 and a quarter, and then I'm going to target that 11 and a quarter. Below 11 and a quarter, I'm looking for continuation down to the 07 area, 07 and a quarter. And then the 04 and a quarter, and then you've got the 0175. I don't think it's going to be significant to us. It is all about that 99.50. Our 20-day ATR target's running at 32.55. That makes our downside ATR target, yep, you guessed it, 1995 and a quarter. Hasn't really moved. So we're right there at that 1995-96 area, which is a key area that we've been watching. It's where we accepted value before we launched back up here. We came down to the 82.75, 83 area, accepted value, found buyers, accepted value at 95, 96, and then blew through the 07 and now holding value up here in the 20s. The key line in the sand for me below is going to shift down slightly. It's going to be, no, you know what? It's gonna remain at 91.95, 91.50. So 91.50. Below that, look for a move down, but into the 89, 88 and a quarter. But I'm really looking for a move down into the 82.50 area, and then once we come down and we get below the 75, then I'm looking for that bigger move down into this lower distribution. 75 is going to be line in sand as well. We have one at 91.50, one at 99.50, and of course we've got the one at 11.50, so I should change that. $11 and a quarter, I should say. All right, now that takes care of it. All our numbers down below there are all the same from the last few days. To the upside, if we hold inside of value, we're going to open up inside of range, inside of value. I'm looking for the overnight low to be taken out, test of the lower value area, hold the 1750, rotate back up in through value, break above the value area high at 24. You got the week open at 24.50. You've got the value area high and the IB high from yesterday at 24. That's going to be another trade area. We get above the week open, then I'm looking for them to take out the naked close at 27 and a quarter, and of course a break of 28 takes us up into all our higher numbers we were talking about. First one is 31.50, the 50% of the breakout candle. 39.75, some resistance there. Then we've got the measured move, 41 and a quarter, 43.75 naked VPOC, and then the test of the 49, and then of course the key line in the sand above us is the 51 and a quarter. Sorry, is it 51 and a quarter or 51.50? 51 and a quarter. And then above there, you get 57.50, 63.50, 68, and then the big number up here, the next big target is the 84 and a quarter, 85 area. Don't think we're going to get there today. All right, so that's what I'm looking at. Again, I think it's going to be a possible trend day, but I'm not looking for a trend until we get above the 31 area and we accept 35. If we break below this 11 and a quarter, I'm looking for a possible trend day all the way down into this 95 to 99, 95 to 99.50 area. But we'll have to see. I mean, it could be a rotational day with an upside or downside bias. We just have to take a look at our auction logic clues as the market gives us the information and make our trade adjustments that we have to make. Currently, right now, the Keltner center line is at 23.75. It's also the 24-hour VWAP just below the 24-hour VPOC. I should put that VPOC in there. Sorry about that. Our overnight VPOC was, where did my chart go? 24 and a quarter. So put us right near the week open, big cluster here. So if they don't take out the overnight low, or even if they do take out the overnight low, depending on the fact that the overnight session is as tight as it is, I would expect us probably to take out both sides, the overnight high and overnight low, especially the fact that if we come down and hold this 18 and rotate back up off of it. That's going to complete our pre-market session. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.